Welcome to Tony's online tuning class. Our hope is to help you make positive changes in your life with these recordings by providing you with guided messages from Spirit. This tuning class will give you the means to enhance your energy through the use of tuning forks, crystals, meditation, and distance healing. These energy-driven classes do not alter or shift your energies, but to help you release outdated thoughts and beliefs from your past to help you feel lighter. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your vibrational growth with us. The purpose of today is we want to get you in touch with some of the energies that you probably won't feel, but it is so part of you. It's just like the wave. I always compare people's energy to a wave. If you look at some of these large waves that people surf on, where that wave starts to turn white at the top, it just goes so much. Right at the very top, it turns white. That's you, that white part of it. That's the very extension of the whole wave. But if you look at the size of the wave, it's not just the top, it's the whole thing. When we look at what your energies are really pushing you, all of the things that your soul has learned over the years, over the many lifetimes you've been on this earth, that is what propels us all. If you have a knack for music, you're going to get it through that. But in this astral energy, this is the energy just outside of us. It's about 2 feet away from our body and beyond. The best example I can give for this type of an energy is when Lady Diana, when she was on this earth, before she entered a room, people could feel her energy. It was that anticipation that Lady Diana's coming. Several interviews make reference to this. Reporters, people that were in the room, delegates, they would just feel this energy. Within a few minutes, she would enter a room physically. That astral energy, it was very large for this particular individual. But that's what that energy is. It is that auric feeling. It is that exuding energy that happens to us all. We usually have crystals that we mention, but the crystals are an earthbound stone, and astral energy is mostly sort of universal. It's just outside of your body, outside of the earth, and it is that whole thing that connects you to all things. This is why we ask that you have a clear glass of water, but it's a clear glass of water, not colored. If you have a colored tumbler, make sure it's a clear glass of water. Okay, I'll explain more about that in a minute. Just have that ready because that's going to be a nice exercise we're going to get you to do. Astral energy. This chakra vibrates to basically clear. There's no real color to it. Yes, it is white, but beyond white, it's just clear energy. It's like crystal clear, like water. It's outside of your body. The one we did last week, your soul star, that chakra is just outside of your body. That's the first one. The astral is the second. Now, there are many other ones that people may argue that the astral and there's culminating. Overall, it is outside of you, and it's really all that you really need to know as far as your energies are concerned. Why do we get certain feelings for things? Why is it that before we get to a place, we just know something's up? I guess the most rudimentary example I can give you is if you walked in a room that's pitch dark, you can't see whether you have your eyes open or your eyes closed, it looks the same. It's pitch dark, but you know there's 30 people in the room about ready to stand up and say happy birthday. And today we're going to explain a little bit of what that energy is, because all of us are sensory beings. Whether you know it or not, some people just have more sensitivity. All of us have this ability, and it's like a muscle. The more you work it, the more you look at it, the more faith you have, the more positive you are, it starts to enhance this particular natural sensory thing that we all have. It's instinct. Animals have it. A moose knows 10 miles away that somebody has walked into his territory. How does he know? He just is connected to the ground, and he can just feel by the thumping of the ground and the sensing that someone's in his territory. And it's 10 miles. And so he's already going into that area. He even knows if it's a man or whether it's another animal. It is that acute. And all animals do this because they are connected always to spirit. Humans are the only one that choose to be connected or not. We're the only animals on the earth that do that. Everything else is connected hardlined. We are like on Wi-Fi. We choose to be there because we want to be, or if that is your goal. Close connection, because we are part of that whole system. It's more than a solar system, it's a universal system. We can feel that. This is also where a lot of your memories are in. Your Akashic records, meaning what you've done in past lives, but it also has memory that is beyond the memory that you have in your brain. I mean, where your brain comes into play is when you need to remember how to drive a car. That's your brain, because otherwise you would have to get into your car and relearn how to drive your car every time you get in. It'd be a very slow world. There's a part of your brain that takes care of that. It's like cruise control. Once you've learned it, then your physical body connects to your brain, and that. We see this a lot, especially when Suzanne and I, when we do readings and somebody has passed or a pet has passed. And we could tell right from the very beginning that, oh, do you remember the time when we were at the cottage and we were making marshmallows and you had yours and yours fell in and it all went on fire, and because you had about 3 or 4 of them on the stick? She says, how would you remember that? How would we know that? Well, we don't know that, but the energy has told us that. So there's a part of memory that is in this astral energy that feeds in, and it usually will only remember good things. All the good things you do in this life, you will absolutely remember it. The things that weren't so good, it's considered not needed. But anything about love, about joy, it's right there. So that's where your memory is, in this astral energy. And so why we want to really tap into this is because when we take, and every time you go to sleep, actually, you go through an out-of-body experience, whether you know it or not. I think we mentioned this in another class. But when we have this feeling in this zone where when we go to sleep and we go into this, what they call, scientists call REM sleep, or rapid eye movement, we go into this very deep sleep. Our whole brain waves turned into a delta, which is a very deep sleep. And that's when our energies actually come out of our bodies, because that's how our bodies can rest. And we go in all kinds of places. The dreams that you get, you actually do go there. And so when we tap into this energy, it has absolutely unlimited power, unlimited potential, unlimited wisdom. So this is why when you're working on a problem, whether it be for school or whether you have to do something for work, and you just come across a crossroad where you're not sure what to do, if you feed your mind what to do as you fall asleep, when you wake up, you'll have an answer. This is why, because you get out of your body and you tap into these other unlimited wisdom areas, and the question is asked, and it's still on the blackboard sort of thing. Okay, when you come back, you have an answer. Where this is really great is scientists are only seeing now that, well, they call it intuition, has a higher intelligence. I just read an article like last week. Scientists can't understand what intuition is, but they know it's of a higher intelligence, and it is. They're very right. They're half right anyway. In this part, when we tap into this energy, this is what you want to do so don't always try and look for answers just with your brain, because then you only have access to what's in your experience in this lifetime. It's like if I just took your computer and whatever's on your hard drive, if I want to find out what the capital city of North Dakota, I might not find it. But if I could tap into an unlimited source like Wi-Fi, and I could go on the internet, I can find out anything. So in other words, it's getting out of the brain of the computer, if I can use that example, and you're going into something more expansive, that you can find anything.
Thank you for listening to my online tuning class. Give yourself 24 to 48 hours to process how you are feeling, which gives the body a chance to catch up on what you have cleared today. As these are powerful energy clearing classes that help relax our bodies and assist to reduce stress, if you know of anybody that could benefit from this for future classes, please spread the word. We are located on our Facebook page called Group Tuning Class with Tony, and until next time, namaste.